Hello. Welcome to our Kung Fu Corner. This is Instructor Carlo. I teach a system called Martial Arts Self-Defense, where we have a base of Kung Fu, Tai Chi, and incorporate other aspects, other martial art styles, and create something beautiful, right? Something that's useful. And we focus on the uniqueness of everyone. Everyone is unique, okay? So, start off today. I think today is just a little chilly. I want you all to grab a piece of paper today. Push pause, you can come back and do what you need to do, but I want you to grab a piece of paper, right? And I want you to write down your goals for this year, right? If you want to extend past this year, that's a-okay, right? I did this year and, for the following year. I'm going to hold on to this year and the next 5 years. But ideally, okay, it doesn't matter what you put down, okay? This is a blank piece of paper. You can fill it up with whatever you want and whatever's on your mind. Just put it on there. Eventually, if you want to scratch it off, that's a-okay, but get it down there. I want to improve my kicks. I want to improve my flexibility. I want to improve my posture. Okay, those are just some of the goals I have for this year. Goals for short-term goals, long-term goals. So if there's one thing that I'd like to, one area that we can focus on and start off with is setting a good direction in terms of where we want to go. Doesn't mean that we're going to get there, it's guaranteed, okay, but you're starting off on a better foot. The way I see it is that, like, if you're going to start off the day, you don't want to start off the day whatever. You usually want to start off the day with a good energy. You start off with good morning leads to a good afternoon leads to a good evening, good day, a good week, a good year, a good month. Not in that exact order, but you get the point. Started off great. It's going to be rocky, but at least started off great. So, got a couple themes today, right? Love this Captain America shirt, which I just read the label here. I want to give a piece to Mr. Chris Evans and Anthony Mackie, right? Great actors at Marvel Studios, great team. Just thank you for providing great entertainment and inspiring us, right? I love a shirt. Right, let's get it. So, let's go ahead and move on from here. We're gonna grab, we have any kind of resistance band. It was rainy this morning. I didn't feel like it. It was already day 3. Just I'm here in sunny Cal, right? Cold, but sunny, right? And the conditions are much better than at this time than other places, right? And so I'm fortunate enough to be able to record out here. But if you can't record, I have a carport. I was going to show the carport or over here. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. Let's just warm up here because maybe you didn't feel like it today. It's the 3rd, right? You're just like, right? I'm feeling it. Okay, I'm going to be posting weekly. What I'm trying to do is get the main concepts up and out, and then go from there. Warm up the arms. Good. Okay, so I like to alternate between upper body and lower body. So after I've warmed up the upper body, let's warm up the lower body. Just do some squats here. Right? Just as you feel like you can get lower, that's okay. Right? Good. Very awesome. You stretch out the neck. I like doing this stretch here, which really opens up the chest, the brachial plexus, coracobrachialis, all the muscles along the arm, mainly on the medial aspect of the arm here, which means inside. Just breathing, keeping the shoulders relaxed. We'll do the other side here. Any wall. These are great exercises you can do with any wall. Just open it up. Ooh. That's where you feel like a lot of that energy kind of drains, right? So we train for multiple reasons. We train to prepare, right? We train for health, right? And we also train to deal with whatever's the situation, whatever happening in our lives, right? And there's other reasons why, but primarily, right, to have the energy and the focus and clarity to deal with a situation that's coming up, very important, right? To be able to be in a good mood and smile, right? Very important. Despite, and I don't even want to talk about, your ailments, right? Your problems, right? I understand. I hope I can understand, right? Talk about my problem, forget it, right? Here we take all of that, put it here and out, right? Take it all, put it here and out. Okay. How are you feeling? Feeling pretty good, right? Feeling like things are moving. You can open up the hips. Woo! That's the energy centers where things get locked up. And here, we're just doing a little inguinal stretch. Inside the hip stretch. Tai Chi, right? Tai Chi is a very positive exercise you can do, very beneficial in terms of warm-ups and things like that. Right? And once again, if I butchered the pronunciation, please forgive me. Just trying to pronounce it in the different ways it's pronounced. So, with that, one exercise we can do is a simple Tai Chi stepping exercise. You just step out, put the foot down, slowly shift the weight. When you feel comfortable, you can turn back foot. Right, and that helps to protect the knee. From the other side here, our foot is up. We open up the hip. We step out, down, and okay. I can feel the hip tightness. I'm going to add that to my list of goals here. Things that we want to do when you might feel some tightness when you're first learning how to do this movement, learning how to adjust the hips. And in Tai Chi, we're in a stance and the entire leg rotates, the entire hip, so that the knee is pointed in a different direction. It's you have kind of a perpendicular angle, right, that you form. And then you step out. With that, you get some tightness in the hips. So that's why I like cross training, because it allows you to work on the forms, build the strength. A lot of these forms utilize the same muscles, right? One may be faster than the other, but you're trying to open up those hips, right? Keep those hips open. So these are great exercises in order to get the roundness that's required. So let's go ahead and start just in the back here. Okay, that's a little bit of a warm up. Okay, practicing our jabs. Practicing our breathing. Just doing these motions, uppercuts. And to go along with today's theme, using the body, which will cover the Eagle Claw first form, using the body. Now, with that, whenever you strike, I gotta leave your hand just there for your opponent to take, but you want to make sure your strike goes through. Power, power. Power. Okay? Today's theme is using the body. Hands, we have feet, right? Legs, right? Hips. So I want to say our hips and our body. When we do our form, even starting here, we're so focused on the hands. Okay? It's really the body that's doing the work. Okay? And so we'll get into more of these lessons later in other videos, but I wanted this to be a brief introduction into how the body is going to be affected, how we're going to use the body in terms of martial arts, right? And how effective it can be, and using it as a base. So even in other forms of martial arts, you know, whether it's judo or jiu-jitsu or wrestling, you're using your body, right? Using the hips to throw, right? And please, form's not perfect on that, but just as an example, right? Or if you're on the ground, you're still using your hips in order to lock up your opponent, right? Or if you're getting around, and it's the body, okay? Learning how to use your body weight, putting pressure, things of that nature. So I also encourage students to learn Tai Chi so that you primarily understand the concept of the body weight. The technique will come in as you learn different martial arts, but to learn the essence of letting your chi sink or letting the body weight sink down, that's right, premier. So let's see. Go back here. Horse stance punch. Bow stance punch. I come here. I half step. And we extend. And here, once again, you can use a mirror to see how your form is. Okay. On the other side. Here. When I pull, when I do this movement, you can practice, you know, if you have a partner or training partner, practice this movement using the body right here, using the hip to escape, right? If someone grabs your arm, you can use body weight, right? There is a chance you might just be able to yank it out, right? But if you're go against someone who is a grappler, someone who likes to grab you in like this, right? They want to grab you in. This might be effective, right? Coming in here and knowing what to do once you get here. Okay, so grab your arm. Now, you're not gonna, once again, you have to adapt to reality. Someone grabs your arm, I have to start here, right? But it shows you in terms of how to use the body. I do my horse stance punch, I'm here, bow stance punch, I turn with the hips, I use the body. It's not just the hands. Hands do one thing. If I just use my hands here, right? Okay, as opposed to using the body. Okay? Right, it's like saying patty cake. Patty cake, patty cake. I play that with my daughter all the time. Right? My kids, both kids, right? Oh, a little fine, right? So utilizing the body, it's used in boxing. A lot of these power strikes and whatnot. Now, I'm not saying you don't utilize a single limb for, you know, like if you're gonna block or whatnot, right? Then again, body. Body goes into blocking. Okay? Now, there's definitely, so a move that I've used, okay? I have used this on the streets, okay? Tournament, maybe not as much. Actually, sorry. You can use this as a swim move, okay? And so, and it's the way it's used, you have to adjust it whether you're using it for self-defense in a very scenario situation, or if you're using it for competition, you just have to adjust. But there's two different ways we do the single whip, right? Tai Chi, at least, right? There's a couple different ones, right? There's the Yang style, and then there's the Sun style or the House style, which we come here, we step, we open up, and we half step, and then we open up. And this is a swim move, right? And you're using your body to block. If someone throws me a punch, I'm using my body to throw them off. You can do this, right? This is one move. Block like this, right? Okay, pull myself off a little bit on that one side. Slippery floor, right? We block. And then swim over. You can take the arm or whatever the case may be. I love Tai Chi because I have used it in a real situation to protect myself. Unfortunately, the cameras weren't there, right? And it's just one of those situations where I have to acknowledge my honesty and just say, okay, yeah, I haven't been in 100 fights. I haven't done, that's, but the times I've had to use the martial arts, and I've been in a lot of situations. I can say I've broken up over 60 or 70 fights, yes. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the tussle, okay? But this was the move that taught me and showed me that Tai Chi works. I was like, okay, I know there's certain things you can use it for. Obviously, it's, every situation you have to adapt, but the whole punching and kicking, you can strike. I'm big on that, right? But this whole using your body and, even how the judo practitioners utilize it in, wrestlers and whatnot and whatever martial art, right? It's a very fascinating concept, right? And then you can incorporate the punching and the kicking. Okay, so that's where I'm coming from. Once again, let's go ahead and continue practicing. Just using, using our basic principles. Even a jab here, right? Jab is quick. We still utilize the body, right? Even if I just put pressure forward, right? My body, right? It's very powerful. The people who master themselves, who master their bodies, are usually the ones who, right, are the greats. You can actually hear about it. It doesn't matter what form, sport, competition. So, I hope that was a great introduction for you here. It's the third. We have more videos coming. I will be posting weekly. I'm trying to get all the concepts down in terms of really documenting and putting down the equal thought system, the fast connecting fist 1 through 10, and also incorporating the wushu, and then we'll get into the Tai Chi. But join us. Go ahead and review those other videos. One other aspect I did not mention, right, earlier. The stretching, right? So before all of these videos, go ahead and we got stretching videos on my channel. There's lots of great stretching videos on YouTube. It's a great platform, okay? But stretching is very important, and what I plan on doing in future videos, we'll stretch in order to talk about what we're doing for the day, right? And to kind of get those notes out, and then we can focus on the training, right? So other aspect is if you're not feeling it, right? Sometimes it's just, getting up, getting that 6 a.m. run. I am a big fan of getting moving. If If you wake up at 5, that's great. If sometimes it just doesn't happen, so you have to rearrange things, okay? And so what I find works best is if there's a schedule that works for you, if there's a time that works for you, lock in that time, and it's your time, right, that you can anticipate, okay? And if it has to change, I usually have about 1 or 2 times I can do things, and I see that opportunity, and then I can put it in there. If you're, depending on your schedule, some people have a schedule that's fixed, and then so they can, you know, put in a time that's within that fixed frame, and it works for them. Some people might have a schedule that changes from week to week, and they maybe have to plan ahead, or they just kind of do things as time goes by, and as you know, you get my drift. So I hope you get my drift. So do what works best, having that flexibility, that's a-okay. And I wish you the best, and continue training. Have a great week, and I will see you soon.